Welcome back to Headbangers History. I am Fred Carroll. Today, Monday Morning Riff. Metal's dirty laundry.
People love it when you lose. They love dirty laundry.
Why your favorite band is probably a sellout,
You shut your mouth.
and why that's okay.
Literally fucked with my head?
So do me a favor, picture this. It's 2025 and metal is in a weird place. Half the scene is stuck in 86, worshipping at the altar of Metallica's Master of Puppets, while the other half is chasing TikTok clout with breakdowns that sound like a washing machine eating a chainsaw.
Yeah, well, maybe you'll think it's cooler when I go all TikTok on your
And here I am, your truth teller, ready to sling some napalm at the sacred cows of metal.
It's time to hear the truth.
Sure, this is going to hurt, but it's going to be fun. So let's dive into the mosh pit of hard truths. Point 1. Most true metal bands are just cosplaying Vikings. So let's start with the elephant in the room. Start with the obsession with true metal. You know the type. Dudes in battle vests with 47 patches screaming about how anything post-1990 is not metal. Here's the truth. Half these so-called purists are just LARPing as Vikings while listening to bands that haven't written a good riff since dial-up internet was a thing.
Again, very blunt, not holding back.
Amen Armarth. They're out here singing about Thor's hammer for the 47th time. And we're eating it up. Like it's groundbreaking. But newsflash, it's not. This is Dungeons and Dragons with distortion pedals.
Thrilling Dungeons and Dragons adventure.
And don't get me wrong. This band is amazing live. But we could also be real and admit that their last 10 albums are the same exact fucking album with different beard lengths. And it's not just them. The whole true metal scene is often just nostalgia porn for people who think the world ended when Cliff Burton died. But the hard truth, metal evolves, or it dies. So if you're still gatekeeping blast beats and screaming, "Death to false metal," you're not defending the genre. You're fucking embalming it.
This motherfucker.
Point 2, Taylor Swift is more metal than your favorite band.
Are you ready for it?
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Yeah, Taylor Swift is more metal than most of the bands you stand for. And before you chuck your spiked gauntlets at me, hear me out. Metal to me is rebellion. It's raw emotion, telling the world to go fuck off. Taylor's out here writing songs that cut deeper than a Cannibal Corpse lyric. Breaking streaming records like their spines in a pit. And she's pissing off entire political movements just by existing. All she has to do is walk.
What does President Trump mean when he says that Taylor Swift is no longer hot?
Look, he is speaking about Taylor Swift's political views and how perhaps it has impacted the support of the American public for her work.
Quote, has anyone noticed that since I said I hate Taylor Swift, she's no longer hot? It's unclear what prompted the latest ire from the president.
That's metal as fucking hell. But compare that to, say, like Disturbed. I love them. But their last album was basically Down with the Sickness with extra auto-tune. Oh, and some dad rock. Five Finger Death Punch. Great gym playlist.
I remember when all the games began. Remember every little.
But their lyrics read like a Monster Energy drink is having a midlife crisis. Taylor's out here rewriting her discography, owning her masters, making billionaires sweat. That's more punk, more metal than most bands waving skulls and crossbones in 2025.
Wow. Yes. Wow.
But point 3, metal's elitism. It's killing its soul. I hear it all the time. Metalheads love to act like we're the chosen ones, the outcasts who get it while the normies listen to Drake. But let's talk about the toxic sludge in our own backyard. The metal scene's elitism is a cancer. You've got gatekeepers on social media shitting on kids for liking Bring Me to the Horizon.
Fever, don't breathe on me. I'm a believer in nobody. Won't let me leave cause I've seen something. Hope I...
Just because they use synths. Synths! Depeche Mode used synth and we're heavier than half the thrash bands in 85. But here's a fact. Metal's always been a mongrel. Black Sabbath stole from jazz and blues. Judas Priest leaned into the glam. Hell, even Emperor used keyboards to make you feel like Satan's conducting an orchestra. So why are we clutching the pearls when Spirit Box mixes gent with pop?
Alone in my body, I feel a silence underneath in these valleys of blood.
Or when Sleep Token drops an R&B breakdown? I'm here to tell you that the second you start policing what's metal enough, you're not a rebel, you're a cop. And cops aren't metal. Point 4, the real rebellion is in the DIY underground. If you want real metal in 2025, skip the arena tours. The soul of the genre is in the DIY underground. Bands like Knocked Loose. They play venues the size of your mom's basement. And they still make you feel like you're being hit by a freight train. These kids are out here self-releasing EPs. They're booking their own tours, screaming about real shit. Mental health, betrayal, the grind of surviving capitalism. And that's the spirit of 80s thrash. Not some polished nostalgia act charging $200 for nosebleed seats. All you have to do is go on social media. You could check about local hardcore and deathcore scenes. Bands like Vomit Forth or Gulch are carrying the torch. Not because they're chasing Spotify streams, but because they're pissed off and have something to say. So support them. Buy their merch. Show up to their shows. Because metal isn't about who's loudest. It's about who's the realist.
Deep shit, Shane. Some deep shit.
So you need to embrace the chaos. Here's the final gut punch. Metal's not about purity. It's about chaos. It's about flipping off the status quo. Whether that's society, your boss, or even the metal scene itself. So yeah, Taylor Swift might be more metal than your favorite band. Your true metal heroes might be phoning it in. And that's okay, because metal's not a museum. This is a battlefield. So stop worshiping relics and start seeking out the bands, the sounds, the ideas that make your blood boil in 2025. Next time you're in a pit or scrolling on social media or arguing with your buddy about what's metal enough, just ask yourself, are you here for the music or are you here for the ego? Because the second you stop evolving, you're not metal. You're just old.
He did not just... Did you just say that?
This has been your Monday Morning Riff. I'll see you again soon.